What's up, everybody? Uncle Phil is in the garden, and today I'm gonna have to do some weeding because I've let this get out of hand. I'm also have to do some picking because I've also let that get out of hand. So I'm gonna do a little garden tour and do some picking and weeding. So check it out. We finally got some rain. Let's see, it's at about an inch and a half. Not bad. It rained all night, so everything kind of swelled up. Got the zucchini. That's about ready for picking. Maybe tomorrow. Rest of them got a couple starts. Nothing yet. Yellow squash, not looking good. Not looking good at all. And then you can't even tell where the peppers are and where the weeds are. So I'm going to take care of that today. This cabbage has got to come out. It's ready. It's the last two. I have to eat those, I guess. Tomatoes need weeding. Try to get that today. And this tomato patch, need to remove a couple of these rough looking ones, and the rest need to get tied up because they're not, and they are starting to droop over. So it's time for that. Let's try to get that done. And then the Brussels sprouts, they finally put a little size on, but not much. So just pull them, put something else in, because that's obviously not going to work. That one's not too bad there. Still, no jumbos. So pull all of that today. See what the yield is on 2 rows of Brussels sprouts. And then this right here is downright embarrassing. So I'm going to definitely tackle this today and get this grass picked out of these onions, because holy crap, I've let that go way too long. And the cucumbers, they're getting going now. I got some I got to pick out of here today before they start getting too big. But they're coming on pretty good. I think I saw another one down in here, maybe. There's some fresh ones going. Maybe just one to pick today, but it's getting started. So now let me get started. So that took a few minutes, but it's tidied up now. Should have done that about 2 weeks ago, but it is what it is. So next, I think we'll go ahead and cut these 2 cabbage and cut down these Brussels sprouts and see what we got. Pretty puny on the cabbage. That freeze was not pleasant. Nothing cared for it. And that's what you get. Not much. Not much better. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
So, we got interrupted by the fiber folks with AT&T. Maybe we'll switch, maybe we won't, I don't know. Alrighty, on to the Brussels sprouts. That one, nothing there. Well, we'll try it. A couple of these did better than others. But overall, not terrible. I'm gonna get something to eat off of it. But I wonder, what is the best way to get all these off of there? I'm gonna figure that out next. Well, I guess the only way to pull this off is to hand pick it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Everything else has been done by hand. May as well pick it off here by hand too. So let's see how long it takes to do one. It's not horrible. Not horrible. What's the best way to get them off here, though? Not that way. that many off one. So here we go. Let's crank through this. Alright, save the best one for last, but the best one's also the most bug damaged one, so it is what it is. That's what happens when you don't use any pesticides. You're gonna have bugs. In this case, snails and roly-polies. And that's it. So let me clean up this mess and then I will show you the yield. Let's go ahead and rinse these up. Just a preliminary wash. Wash these good inside. All right. I mean, I'll take it. I've put in way more effort for way less harvest than this. So I'll take it. I'll eat it. Not bad. Alright, we've got the scale zeroed. So let's see what I got. Hopefully these have drained off long enough. What do we got? 4 pounds, 5 ounce. Alright, well, that's not terrible. What's that, probably 10 servings or so? 20? I don't know how many servings that is. You tell me. So, as I'm trying to do this, you already know we got this dingleberry on the counter just going ahead and licking himself. It's wonderful. Alright, so I've kicked the cat out and cleaned the counter up, and now it's time to blanch the Brussels sprouts for about 3 minutes and then put them in an ice bath. And then they're going to go in the freezer. But I'm going to reserve off a portion to eat tonight. So we'll see how that goes later. But I'm going to get to blanching and icing. Alright, we got a rolling boil. Let's do some blanching. Thinking we can do about half of this at once. We'll see how that goes. Come on. Let's go about there. Three-minute timer is going. Yeek. Alright. That batch is done. So we're going to dip them right into the ice water. Alrighty, now for the second batch. Remember, leave myself enough to eat. Let's go with that much. these off. There's some more ice in here. About have this wrapped up. So I'm gonna get these scooped over, and then I'm gonna bag them up and freeze them in portions that I like. Maybe a couple of them portions for two, but I'm thinking that's not too bad. I'm not gonna complain about this at all. Alright, so everything has been sitting and drying for an hour. And we all know Uncle Phil hates plastic, so we're going to attempt this year to vacuum seal and freeze these Brussels sprouts and see how that goes. We're going to vacuum seal them in glass jars. So let's get started on that and see how it goes. I'm thinking it's going to go well. Just got these jars. Found them at Goodwill. Listed at $9, but I got 20% off, so I feel like I got a deal. Cheaper than Walmart anyway. All right, now the next step is to vacuum seal. So we'll start these smaller ones since I have the attachment on there. Just place the lid on. This slides down over the top and then vacuum seals. I go 45 seconds, so let's do that. Tight. Perfect. Let's do the rest. All right, so this thing is awesome. I used 20% of its battery to do 14 jars. This is it right here. My mom gave me this as all my other excellent gifts come from my mom also. But this one in particular came from my mom, and it works great. Been using it. I think this is the third year I'll be using it for different things. This is the first time trying to freeze vegetables. So hopefully it works out well. Now, let's go stuff these into the outside freezer. So, does the freezer need cleaning out? Yeah, absolutely. But is that going to happen today? Absolutely not. So, we're just going to put these in here, like so. Just like that. Brussels sprouts are done. Excellent. Alrighty, as promised, accept this punishment and clean this grass out of these onions. Not my favorite job. So, while I pick this grass, we're going to go back in time to Mother's Day. I went to Lake Woodruff National Wildlife Refuge in DeLand and kind of scouted out some fishing spots and just kind of did a nature hike type of day before I went and saw my mom. So I'm going to show you a couple clips from there while I get this going. Wild passion vine right out here off the trail. Looky there. It's all over right here. Very cool. Alright, I'm talking holy crap. Imagine you come out and this is in your garden. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Holy crap. They're everywhere. At least they're not at my house. So, that was pretty cool. I would go back to that place and go fishing again, just check it out. Raccoons were cool, turtles, nasty lubbers. Thankfully they weren't here. So, got the onion patch picked pretty well. I would give it a 99%. And doesn't look too bad. Still look like they might do something. Didn't get the rest. So that's going to be a project for tomorrow. And then, since we cleared out the Brussels sprouts and got that complete, what is going to go in these 2 rows once they get cleaned out? I know what's going to go in these 2 rows, but you could guess in the comments and see if anyone can correctly guess what I will be planting in these 2 rows. All 2 types of the same vegetable. So, and also tomorrow I'll be picking that because otherwise it's going to get too big. Hopefully, we'll have some tomatoes here soon. I'm thinking about 2 weeks. We'll start to get a couple because I'm sick of buying them. And there's plenty here. Just a matter of ripening them. The cucumber's just getting rolling. I counted a bunch down in there just getting started out. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one because it's already way too big. That's about the size we want right there. So all I'm going to do with these is make pickles. So that'll be a future episode. See, here's another one. We better get it now, or it's going to be too big. Yeah, that's a good size right there. But tomorrow, hopefully, I will be filming a storage unit auction, or the aftermath of. So stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned for part 2 of the sauerkraut when I can and taste it. See if I did a reasonable job on that or not. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all soon. Later.